Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing the feries with Gallant by v.e.schwab. This was actually the pick for the Feries book club, which is now up on Fable, because I thought it would be nice for the people following my journey that they could actually follow it and even read the books if they want to on Fable, and we can all communicate through Fable and stuff like that. So that's available there. I'll leave the link in the description of this video so you can go check that out if you want. And let's start with this. This is the book for September. We're reading Gallant. It's the 11th. No, it's the 13th. I thought it was the 11th. The 13th of September already, and I still haven't started. This was sold to me as if you like Stranger Things, then you're gonna like Gallant. And that was the reason why I wanted to read this. Also, it's a standalone, and up until now, we've been reading book series, like trilogies, because we read Caraval, which is a trilogy, and then we read A Darker Shade of Magic, which is also a trilogy. So I thought that we'd give a standalone a try. Maybe that will be where my fantasy love will come true, if I don't have to commit to like 12 books, you know? So this is the one that we're reading. I don't know much about it besides the fact that it has Stranger Things vibes. Like, that's all I know about it. So it's time to read the blurb. 14-year-old Olivia Pryor. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Editing Daniela here, editing the video that you're watching right now. I just got to the part where I'm reading the blurb of the book, and the first thing, it's 14-year-old Olivia. Like, throughout all of this book, I'm like, I wish we knew what her age is. Like, please, you'll see. You'll see. It's about to come, okay? Those parts, you'll be seeing me being a doofus. Because, oh my god, how did I forget that it literally said on the blurb? Like, I'm embarrassed. 14-year-old Olivia Pryor is missing three things: a mother, a father, and a voice. Her only companions are the ghouls she sees in her mother's journal, which captured a mind in turmoil. Until she receives a letter from an uncle she's never met, summoning her to his estate, Gallant. But when she arrives, she discovers her uncle is dead and the estate is empty, save for her cousin Matthew and the servants. Gallant is a house of secrets, a house seating in lonely vigil, a place where the ghouls are powerful. As Olivia searches for answers about her family, her past, she discovers a dark reflection of everything she knew, an ancient realm where ghosts take form and the Dark Master sits awaiting for her. Okay. That sounds interesting. I didn't know that that was the plot, but that sounds very interesting. I like that there's like two houses and it's like you can reverse them. That on itself is giving me Stranger Things vibes because, it's like the upside down. I wonder if there's gonna be like a different world, because it does say that she discovers a dark reflection of everything she knew, an ancient realm where ghosts take form in the Dark Master sits waiting for her. This sounds like Stranger Things a lot, actually, because it's a dark reflection of everything she knew, so like the world of shadows, and it's an ancient realm where ghosts take form. So like it's this world of shadows that reflects everything she knows. So like it's an imitation of her world, but darker, with ghosts. I see the connection. I love the formatting of this book because it's not just normal writing, it also has a little like, oh, I guess it's the journal, like her mother journal, maybe it has like little journal pages, and there was some drawings also, like dark pages. Oh, look at that. That's some different typography. Where was the other one? Oh, wait. Oh, dark page. Where was the drawing? I'm trying to find it again. Oh, there it is. Wow. Wow, it's like a door. Oh, oh, wait. What if this is kind of like a combination of Stranger Things with Caroline? Because that door kind of reminds me of the door that takes Caroline to the other mother. which honestly is also a reflection of our world, but darker. But it's like it's different because it's a reflection of our world, but like made to seem much better than hers, but in reality it's a lie. So I wonder how if that's gonna have any influence. It's a face. I'm just flipping through all of these drawings. Don't mind me. What is that? This seems like, you know, that psychology test that they make you do, where they show you like blobs of paint and then you need to say what you're seeing?
Tell me what you see on this paper. An ink blot! I read!
This is what that is. What is this? What do you see? It just looks like a blob to me. This is another one that you can't really tell. There's just a hand. Oh, is it the two worlds? And then there's like a hand reaching through the worlds or something. Do you see? There's the hand. And these look like they're copies of each other, but they're inverted. So maybe it's like the two realms. And there's a hand reaching. I probably shouldn't be looking at these drawings because I might spoil myself with them. But who cares? It says a lot of drawings. There's also like this section here. You can tell like on the book. Do you see how the pages are darker in this area? It's because it's just journal pages. Look at that. Oh, this looks fun. What's the first word? The first sentence. Let's see. To those who go looking for doors, are brave enough to open the ones they find, and sometimes bold enough to make their own. That's cute. I like that. Oh, shoot. The master of the house stands at the garden wall. Wait a second. I think this might be a metaphor, actually. You see how the pages are dark? Maybe. This is like a side story that goes along the main story, where it's telling the story from the people on the other side, like the darker realm. And then it gets to a point in the book where they meet. You know, and the stories connect. Maybe not, but they happen so regularly that it wouldn't surprise me. The master of the house stands at the garden wall. It is a grim stretch. This letter is very hard to read. It is a grim stretch of stone, an iron door locked and bolted at its center. There is a narrow gap between the door and the rock, and when the breeze is right, it carries the scent of summer, sweet as melon, and the distant warmth of sun. There is no breeze tonight, no moon, and yet he is bathed in moonlight. It catches the edges of his tattered coat. It shines on the bones where they show through his skin. He trails his hand along the wall, searching for cracks. Stubborn strands of ivy follow his wake. Questing? What? Questing. What does questing mean? Questing like fingers into every fish. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna stop trying to read this out loud because clearly I'm not doing a very good job. So I'm just gonna read this and I will update you when I get an update, okay? I am on page 2 of Gallant, of the first chapter. And I just, excuse me? There's something here. Listen. There's like a shed in the school, right? And the main character says that other people have tried to claim it, but they don't like it because there's something about it that, quote unquote, makes the hair stand up on their necks, though they don't know why. But apparently the main character knows, and she describes this thing. It's a dead thing, apparently, so like a ghost kind of, but not really. And she says it's a dead thing in the corner, or what's left of it. Not a ghost exactly, just a bit of tattered cloth, a handful of teeth, and a single sleepy eye floating in the dark. It moves like a silverfish at the edge of Olivia's side, darting away every time she looks. Excuse me? It's a what? A handful of teeth and a single sleepy eye floating? It's Casper the ghost. No. What the hell is that? That's creepy. Okay, I just finished the first chapter. And my only question for right now is, what is her age? This child is a menace. What the hell? She almost killed one of her classmates
Well, classmates, is that a word for this? I don't know. One of the other orphans. She's like Wednesday Adams. But most importantly, we got the first letter from her mom's journal, and I thought we'd read it on camera. I haven't read it yet, so we're gonna read it together.
It has some scratched out stuff, but I'm gonna read them anyway, because I think it's important. Because there was like a little bit of a letter before, and it had scratched out stuff here, and I think it's important this as well because it says, "I'm sorry I wanted to be free. Sorry I opened the door. Sorry you're not here, and they are watching. He is watching. He wants you back." But you are gone. He wants me, but I won't go. He wants her, but she is all I have of you and me. She is all. I want to go home. So I think that the mother opened the gate to the shadow realm. Maybe. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe she wanted to... Maybe because the dad died, like her husband died. Because he died before Olivia was born. And the mother was like depressed and stuff about the death. Maybe she wanted to open a realm to the shadow realm. She wanted to open a door to the shadow realm. My God, because she wanted to talk to the dead again. Because maybe she thought that she could talk to the ghosts, like people who have passed inside the shadow. Does this make sense? I don't know. It makes sense in my head. Anyways, let's read this letter now. Olivia, Olivia, Olivia. I have been whispering the name into your hair, so you will remember. Will you remember? I don't know. I can't. They say there is love in letting go, but I feel only loss. My heart is ash, and did you know ash holds its shape until you touch it? I do not want to leave you, but I no longer trust myself. There is no time, there is no time, there is no time. I'm so sorry, I don't know what else to do. Olivia, 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 remember this. The shadows cannot touch, are not real. The dreams are only dreams, can never hurt you, and you'll be safe as long as you stay away from Gallant. I wonder what Olivia's gonna do. I wonder if she's going to Gallant. I wonder. Yeah, surely there's like bad things in the shadow realm, and because she opened like the door, like a connection between both worlds, now stuff from the bad world can come into our world and hurt us, and maybe she did something bad, and that's why they're after Olivia, and maybe they killed her, the mother. Maybe they killed the mother, you know? I don't know, that's my guess. Besties, it's finally happened. I am still on part 1, right? And she's on the car with like the driver to go to Gallant, and the driver asks, "Not a chatty thing, are you?" says the driver. And says Olivia shakes her head. And in my head I was like, wait, has she not said anything yet? She's mute. She Oh no. I knew. This is not new information. I knew this. I just forgot for like 10 seconds, okay? It happens.
I finished part 1. And why did I think that when she got to Gallant, there was not going to be anyone there? In my head, she was going to get there, and it was just going to be a massive house, deserted. That's what I thought. But no, there's people. But people who don't know who she is. So, also, I don't think I'm smart enough to decipher the black pages. Because there was a black page right at the end of the last chapter of part 1. This page right here. I read it. I didn't digest it. I don't know. I don't know I don't know what happened. I don't know what it means. They did say something interesting though, like the people who live in the house. When it got dark, when it was getting darker, they urged Olivia to get inside the house. And they kept looking at the shadows. So I'm guessing if the shadows come inside the house, as in if darkness comes inside the house, like I'm imagining if all of the lights turn off inside the house during night, then that would be very, very bad. That's what I'm guessing. Hello? Are you gonna focus on me? Maybe, you know what? Maybe don't focus on me. I look a little rough. I just wanted to say, I'm on chapter something, chapter 5. And I thought that seeing as there's people in the house that they would just be like overly nice, and they would be like, oh yeah, welcome, welcome, we've been waiting for you, blah blah blah, and that would be like the red flag. But her cousin doesn't want her there, and the whoever they are, the two people that were there, also didn't know about her. I mean, they knew that she existed, but they didn't know she was gonna come to the house. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen. They put her in, oh sorry. They put her in this bedroom that still has a bunch of stuff. And I'm pretty sure it was her mom's bedroom. Pretty sure. Also, there's the letter. I mean, not a letter, a page from her mom's journal here at the end, and it says, I am afraid it wasn't my hand on her cheek, wasn't my voice in my mouth, wasn't my eyes watching her sleep. So, maybe the demons get inside the people, from the other side. They just go inside your body, kind of like Will in season 2 of Stranger Things. And they kind of control them. Like the demons control the people, if that makes sense. So maybe that's what's happening here. I also thought Matthew, I'm gonna be completely honest, I saw a very big spoiler. Because I forgot to turn off notifications on Fable, so that's cool. That's completely my fault. And I really thought Matthew was gonna be a love interest, but he's not. And honestly, I'm kind of glad, because she still reads like a 13-year-old to me. Okay, this is a terrible place to stop, but besties, do you see it? It says 14-year-old right there. Why am I like this? I have a new theory, and that is that when she was a baby and she still lived in Gallant, the darkness, I'm just gonna keep calling it darkness because we don't really have a name for it. So the darkness touched her as when she was a kid, and like she has a little bit of the darkness in her, and that's why she can see ghouls when other people can't. I am pretty sure like that makes a lot of sense to me. And yeah, that was it. Bye. There is a key and there's a door. I know I've said this already, but this gives me so much Coraline vibes. I really want to see Coraline again. Excuse me? Okay, cool. Not only is Olivia's house haunted, so is mine. Is this okay? Is this good? Look, it's Sunday. I didn't try to make myself look presentable. I didn't think I would be filming for this video, and yet here we are, So let's just, I think what I'm enjoying the most about this book is that we're reading it in September, first and foremost, which is the month when autumn begins. And this has such autumn vibes. It's making me want to watch all of the autumn stuff. Like, it's making me want to watch, like, Gilmore Girls, Coraline, I don't even know, like, all of the things. So, very good vibes. I'm really enjoying that. And it has some, like, horror aspect to it without being horror. Like, it's not horrifying, but it has some like horror aspects to it, in the sense that there's ghouls and like she's scared of the darkness and blah blah blah, those type of things. And there's like a haunted mansion kind of, so it's giving me very much those vibes, and I'm really really liking those. I don't know where I was going with this. I like that. I like that, and I think I might watch. Actually, I don't know if Coraline is on Netflix or anything like that, but I'm gonna search for something autumny to watch. I'm not gonna lie, I have been watching Gilmore Girls for the whole day. So,
It just happens, you know. Sometimes you just put on Gilmore Girls because you're like, oh, I'm gonna watch an episode while I'm having food, and then you end up watching Gilmore Girls nonstop for the whole day, and that is very much one of those days. For anyone that was curious, this is the episode I'm on.
From this class, you can either call me Mr. Keating, if you're slightly more daring, or Captain, my captain.
There was something very weird that just happened. I'm on chapter 10, page 90 on this version. I don't know what page it is for you. And Edgar is gave her like a bit of toast with jam, and he's talking about the jam, and he says, Hannah made the jam, he says. Tom used to drizzle honey over. He stops himself, startled, as if he tripped. A shadow crosses his face, there and then gone. But the berries were so sweet last year, hardly needed any sugar. Olivia lifts a hand to ask, but Edgar is already moving towards the door, saying something about a shutter that needs fixing. That's weird, right? Maybe there's something like some magic somehow working in here, where if they try to say something too close to like the truth or like what happened or something like that, they are stopped, and they kind of, you know, in The Sims when you cancel one of the activities that the Sims were about to do or were doing, they just look a little lost for a bit and then they go on to do something else. That you know, that type of thing. So yeah, that's weird, but we'll see where that goes. Also, she cut herself accidentally with a weed when she was in the garden, and like Matthew freaked out for no reason. I mean, I'm guessing there's a reason, but it was just a cut, you know. But we'll see what that means. I don't know. I have no theories for that. Only maybe like the weeds are sentient or the ground is sentient, and if she drops her blood into the ground, it will have bad consequences. Like he will seep. Is that a word? Sink is what I was trying to say. It will sink so low that we will go until like he will go to the other realm, you know? I don't know. I'm trying to think Stranger Things here. And I think that would make the most sense, even though, can you really dig a hole? I guess you can. I guess you can dig a hole in Stranger Things and get to the other side, because they did that in season 2.
Oh, where's my face? Oh. Alright, let's make pizza. We're making pizza from scratch because I'm craving pizza. So that's what we're doing. Also, I found the Gallant audiobook on my Libby. So we're gonna listen to Gallant while I'm making this pizza. Hopefully it goes okay, because I'm not the best person to listen to audiobooks. Like, I like listening to them, but if I'm doing something else, anything else, while listening to this audiobook, I will forget to listen. You know? My brain is like, no, concentrate, like you're doing this thing instead. So I listen to it in little bits, you know. My brain tunes into what? My brain tunes into it. Oh my god. Every like few minutes, and then I'm like, oh, okay, this is happening now. Sure. Cool. You know, so not the best person to listen to audiobooks. I need to like be listening and be doing something like painting or something like that for it to actually be good and for me to listen to everything. So we're gonna see how it goes. I am starting part 3. There it is. 300 grams of strong bread flour, 1 teaspoon of instant yeast, and then 1 teaspoon of salt, and I think it's 2 milliliters of water. 2 milliliters of warm water. There we go. Okay, let's go. Let's make this pizza. I left the pizza too long in the oven. It's a little bit dry, just a little bit. It's like it's at that stage where it's not dry enough to be crunchy, yet it's dry enough to be chewy. Not really the best place. So I'm gonna hope that the second one, I don't do the same mistake. Okay, a lot happened on the chapters that I was listening to while I was making the pizza, and I feel like we need to talk about it. I just started chapter 15, and I didn't realize, like, obviously I heard and I actually paid very good attention to the audiobook, that like her mother crossed the gate and she met death. And then there was a shadow that let her go. It does say here, I went beyond the wall, our mother wrote, and I met death. I did not tell my brother that the shadow let me go. And then I wrote to him last night. Right. This. Because I was like, because then Olivia comes to a conclusion and she's like, if that's true, then her father was the tallest shadow, the one Grace claimed she met beyond the wall. Does that mean if Grace met death, and death is like the shadow that she saw, right? That told her to go away, and that's Olivia's dad? Does that mean that Olivia is a demigod? How did a shadow impregnate Grace? How does that work? Unless after you cross the wall, which I've realized that the wall is like the gate to the other world, technically, kind of. Unless when they cross the wall, they themselves are not human anymore. And therefore, the ghosts that before were not materialized now become materialized because you yourself are not materialized? Does that make sense? I don't know. But that would explain why Grace was born. Grace was born? No, Olivia was born. I don't know, man. And I've had this theory for a while, but I didn't know if it's, I don't know if it's a bad theory, but I'm gonna say it. I think that, first of all, I love that the main character is mute. I love that. Like, we should get more representation in books, and I like that we have this representation. But something tells me that after she crosses the wall gates, you know what I'm talking about, after she crosses it, because we know she's gonna cross it, right? She's gonna go to the other side, see what's there. I just know she is. I think after she crosses it, she will have a voice, like she won't be mute anymore. I got a feeling. I kind of hope that doesn't happen, but I got a feeling that's gonna happen. Like, for some reason, she has a voice in the shadow world. So maybe because, like, maybe she doesn't have a voice in the normal world because that's like a part of her dad, and like her dad, because her dad can't speak in the normal world because he's a ghost, ghoul, whatever. She can only speak in the ghoul world, you know? I don't know, but yeah, that's my thoughts so far. And maybe it's the fact that she is half human, half ghoul. I don't know. Question mark. That maybe that's why she can see ghouls, because she's been seeing ghouls all her life. And the ghouls see her as well. So maybe that's why. Like, that would make a lot of sense why she can see, because as far as we can tell, the others can see the ghouls. There hasn't been any like foreshadowing or anything from like Anna and Edgar's part, or even Matthew's part for that matter, that they can see ghouls. So yeah, I think that's just a thing exclusive to Olivia, and it's because her dad is a ghoul. Which, again, she's still semi, like a demi something. She might not be a demigod, but she's a demi ghost. I just realized something. They say that Grace disappeared, but I think she just crossed the wall to be with her lover.
I think that's what happened. Because, like, she's a girl, and she's talking, like, well, talking. She's trying to talk to her daughter, like, inside the house and stuff. She probably just crossed the wall. They were probably, like, thinking, oh, where did she go? She probably went traveling or something. No. I'm pretty sure she's just on the other side. Like, Olivia's gonna get to the other side and she's gonna be able to talk to her mother. Right? Yeah, look. I just got to this page. It says, because she found out that the letters that she was writing, actually we already knew this, right? That she's writing to her dad, but now because her dad is a shadow, it makes it different, right? So this one says, we did it, we made it, we are free, and yet it doesn't feel real. I can't believe that you are sitting next to me, that I can reach out and touch your hand, that I can speak and you will hear. I suppose there is no need to write to you this way now. Perhaps I am writing for myself. It is an habit. Heart to shake. I am so happy. I am so scared. The two, it turns out, can walk together, hand in hand. She's on the other side. Like, come on. Come on. She's gotta be. She's gotta be on the other. She's like, she's dead, but she's not actually dead, you know? I mean, she probably did die in the meantime. Because if the other world is death, then she probably didn't stay alive for too long, right? But, like, it would make sense, like, when she's on the other side, she can connect with the shadows, because she herself is a shadow. She becomes a shadow. Maybe if the... No. I was gonna say, maybe if a human crosses into the shadow world while they're still alive, and while they're in the shadow world, they become shadows. Maybe if they come out as humans again. So if, hypothetically, her dad could be a human, because he could have just been someone. I don't know. I was gonna say someone from the family, but that's disgusting. That's incest. We do not condone that on this channel, okay? So let's imagine, like, some worker or something, maybe the gardener. I don't know. Maybe the gardener, he walked in accidentally to the other side, and he was met by death. And he was like, oh shit, I guess I'm dead. I'll just stay here, you know? But he didn't actually die. He's just a shadow on the other side, because that's what happens when they are on the other side. And he never thought, maybe if I cross the wall again, I'll be a human again. To be human again. Yes, be human again. And maybe the longer they spend in the shadow world, the less human they become. Like, they start losing their humanity, you know? And maybe that's why her mom, even if she goes now, like, her mom is already dead, because she's been there for, like, God knows how long. Because we still don't know how old Olivia is. I have no idea. They haven't told us. I wish we knew.
I literally just stopped recording and I read the next page. First paragraph, it says, I can't believe it, but the world is full of stranger things, and I am giddy with the knowing. Stranger Things. And my cousin said this had nothing to do with Stranger Things. The proof is in the pudding. It's there. It's written down.
I just finished part 3, and this last page gave me other vibes. This page, it says, the master of the house has not forgotten. Every time his dry tongue slides over his polished teeth and dips into the groove, it is a spade driven into soil, the ground overturned, the memory made fresh. A piece of him is missing. He cannot call it back. Wrong, wrong. Things come together and fall apart, but he does not. He is the master. He is the source. He lends, they borrow, but everything comes back. He counts every sliver and every bone. He knows where they are and when they are with them and when they are not, and he can call them home. He snaps his fingers and they skitter across the floor, fit themselves into the gaps, skin closing over every wound until only 4 remain. Here is the place where the rib will go. Here the collar, here the wrist, and here the molar. The only wound that will not close, the master grinds its teeth. A piece of him was stolen, and soon he will have it back. First of all, I think that piece that was stolen is Olivia. She has a piece of the dead, obviously, right? Right? And that piece belongs to this master guy, whatever. What I wanted to say is, I don't even remember exactly the name of the movie, but I will put it on screen. It gives me Monster House vibes, or whatever it's called. I think it's Monster House. Gives me those vibes so much. As if the house itself is alive and controlled by like this person that was buried inside the foundation of the house. Spoiler alert. I mean, that movie has been out for ages, so I don't recommend you seeing it. I mean, it is technically a kid's movie. I cannot see that movie ever again. I saw it as a kid. It traumatized me. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I cannot see it again. Even thinking about it, I'm getting flashbacks. Like, I'm the type of kid that loved Coraline when it came out. Wasn't terrified. Wasn't traumatized. I love it. I love that movie. Monster House? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's the vibes that this is giving me. If you've seen Monster House, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's just, well, I don't know if I like that. I mean, it's a good plot, but is this just Monster House? I don't know. I mean, it isn't, but I still don't like that there's resemblance. That movie is terrifying. It is a kids movie, isn't it? I just checked. That is not a movie for kids. Tell me why I watched that movie when I was 7, and why my neighbor, when I went for sleepovers, was playing that movie at sleepovers. I was 7, and her kids were 5 and 3 years old. Oh, soon she stops trying to read the lines as shapes, and they become gestures. The images unfurl into sentiments. It is the difference between a language spoken and one signed, the mouth shaping words while the hands shape more words and thoughts and feelings. I need to make dinner, so I'm gonna listen to the audiobook while I cook dinner, just like I did with the pizza. We're making salmon and soup, because I need something nutritious and healthy, because my skin, you can't see it because I put concealer on it, but my skin is breaking out, and I'm going to the Netherlands next week. It's currently Wednesday, and I'm leaving on Monday. There we go. And now we put this in the oven for about like 40 minutes to an hour until it's cooked. Yeah. It's the moment of truth. Let's see how it looks. Whoa. I wish there was a way for the egg to not be completely like boiled, but it's still very good. And I also made soup. Yes. And orange juice. I spent all day in bed. I just got back from the Netherlands. So, yeah. Don't mind my hair. I just realized I haven't updated you in a while. So, I thought I'd do that now. Also because I wanted to update you before I finish the book. Because I'm getting very close to the end. Where am I exactly? I'm here. So, I have this much. I'm on page 253. Chapter 24. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what exactly I had to update you on, because I listened to it a lot, like to the audiobook while I was cooking. I read a little bit when I was in the Netherlands, not as much as I wanted to, But to be honest, I was just so freaking tired. Whenever we got back to the hotel, I just didn't. I like, in my mind, I thought, oh, I'm gonna take 2 books. I'm gonna, like, when we're at the hotel, when we're in the train, I'm gonna read so much. No, I didn't. So yeah, I don't remember exactly. We are at the stage where, what's her name? Julia? What's the main girl's name? Oh my god. Olivia? Is it Olivia? We're at the stage where Olivia has returned from the other side, and she told her cousin, Matthew, I think it's his name, that she saw a little boy on the other side. And after Matthew told her that, like, he had a brother, a little baby brother called Thomas. How do I remember the baby brother's name and I didn't remember the main character? Make it make sense. Anyways, yeah, that his brother was taken away by, like, death or whatever, and he killed the brother and smeared his blood all over the gate, because the gate can only be opened with their blood. And that didn't work because they need to want to give the blood to this person, shadow, whatever it is, being, Demogorgon. So yeah, we're at the stage. She's about to go back to the other side to try and get Thomas, and because she thinks he's alive, which honestly, I don't know. I don't know. My theories regarding that, I know a very big spoiler. I thought I would forget it, but I didn't forget it. So I know a very big spoiler. I know something is gonna go down. Something very bad is gonna go down. I'm not sure about Thomas though. I don't know if he's gonna die, if she's gonna be able to rescue him. I have no clue when it comes to that. But I think what I wanted to say, like, when I was listening to the audiobook, the biggest impression this gave me, and I talked about this in the beginning, was Coraline. This has such strong Coraline vibes, but it's like reverse Coraline, you know, because in Coraline, she's not really given too much attention by her parents on the real world, and that's why when she goes to the other world, which is a replica of her world, everything is so good there. Like, even the colors are more vivid. Her parents give her a bunch of love, make it everything about her, and give her the clothes she wants, the bedroom she wants, the garden she wants, give her fun activities. Basically, just everything on the other side was much more appetizing, much better, so that she would want to stay there, and she would stay trapped there because she would be living the life that she wants to live. In Gallant, it's the opposite, because she has, like, a good life in the real world, but then the shadow is a replica, but everything's decayed, everything's bad. It's like a copy, like a mirror copy of her world, but everything's dead, basically. Honestly, that's probably the update I had to give. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure Olivia's gonna stay alive. I'm not sure about Thomas. I know what happens to Matthew, sadly. I don't know how he gets there, how, like, it happens, but I know that he dies at some point. I guess we could try to predict what it's gonna happen for him to die. That could be fun. Right, so what I think it's gonna happen. Oh, wait, I think I know. I think that she's gonna go into, because she's going alone, right? I think she's gonna go into the other side. She's gonna grab Thomas. Everything's gonna go her way, and, like, Matthew's waiting for them on the other side. And you can see them, like, coming to the gate, almost reaching the gate, but then the shadow, like, cuts them. What's the word? The shadow reaches them. And Matthew seeing the whole scene, and maybe he's thinking, like, oh shit, they need help. If I don't do anything, my brother's gonna die for sure. And because of that, he goes to the other side, even though he wasn't supposed to try to help them. And in helping them, he gives them enough time to escape, and he dies while trying to give them time to escape. So he's, like, sacrifices himself.
He's going to sacrifice himself.
It's the end of the video. We made it. Ignore the lighting. I know it's terrible. I'm filming at night, so that's why it's so bad. Usually I try to film during the day, but we're gonna have a few rainy days, so that's a little bit difficult because all of the days are gray at the moment. There's not much light. So we're just gonna have to deal with this, and I hope that's okay. So this is the wrap up for Gallant. Now, mind you, I finished this almost 2 weeks ago. So my memory is a little fuzzy when it comes to this story, which honestly tells you enough. It's not, I'm gonna start by saying that I didn't hate it, but I also didn't love it. Like, it's an okay story, but it didn't wow me. You know, it's not a 5 stars. I don't know if I gave it 4 stars. That sounds a little high for it, if I'm honest. I feel like realistically this was probably 3 stars. Like, it's not horrible, but it's nothing special. I feel like on its essence, it's a lot of a combination of lots of other stories that already exist that were done much better, like the ones I've mentioned throughout the video. So yeah. Also, a thing that I noticed by reading my second v.e.schwab book is that you're kidding. I've returned. I'm alive. I did it. I'm alive. I know. It was my housemate. She did it on purpose to scare me. Which, thanks. After the trauma that we went through together tonight, they do this. Anyways, I don't even know where I was anymore. What the hell? What was I even talking about? I don't know. Gallant. Yes, it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. There you go. Alright, so what I was saying was this was my second v.e.schwab book that I read, and I've noticed that she really likes blood magic. Like, really likes blood magic. And I don't know why, but out of all of the different types of magic, even though blood magic can be interesting to a point, it's not the one that I find the most interesting. That's just a me thing, okay? Nothing wrong with blood magic, it's just not my preference. I would love to see something where it's like wandless and speechless magic, but in the sense that it's like super all powerful and like that type of thing. I think that's much more interesting than this than blood magic. And she really likes that because this is the second book that has that, and I'm guessing like it's on all of the Darker Shade of Magic series as well, because that's a series, so there's gonna be more blood magic involved all throughout that series. So yeah, just overall a little thing that I picked up. Well, not so little, I feel like everyone would have picked that up. Just something like, it's cool if you read it in a book, but if you keep doing that and that keeps being your starts being your like brand, isn't that just a little playing it safe? I don't know. They could have done something like magic with death instead of blood magic, since this takes place between like let's say the living realm and the death realm, to make it easier. So that she could have gone more that route, like necromancy? Is that how you pronounce it? I also, in addition to that, didn't really connect to the characters as much as I connected with the characters from A Darker Shade of Magic. I still like connected to a certain point with the main character, Olivia, but with the other ones that were also, I also consider them main characters, like Matthew and the people that work at his house that I don't remember the names. I feel like they are also main characters, as well as Olivia's mom. Like, Olivia's mom, I would argue, is also a main character, as well as like the death guy. and I just didn't connect to them. And I connected to Olivia, but not too much. Whereas in A Darker Shade of Magic, I was rooting for the characters. And this one, I wasn't really rooting too much for them. I'm gonna be honest. I was a little indifferent. I thought it was a good concept, like going into Coraline type of ideas where there's like a replica and this one of the sides is good, one of the sides is bad, right? Because that's pretty much Coraline. I like that because I love Coraline. Coraline is one of my favorite movies ever. I also love the book, of course, and it felt a little bit like a like a worse Coraline. Perhaps I feel like it could have been scarier than it was. Like when she was on the other house and she was being chased by these people. Like it was scary to a point, but it wasn't super scary. And I feel like if it was, maybe it would have made it a little bit better. I'm not completely sure, but it's not all bad because I like the fact that we had this centralization of the storyline on the four main characters, four between you know, four as they say. But yeah, I like that because we got to really explore these characters, and I feel like Olivia's trauma was explored so nicely, so cohesively, and it all made a lot of sense because like she would always recall situations that she went through at the orphanage, and like that was something that kept coming to her, and it shows that like trauma, like, and healing from trauma, it's not something that is consistent and something that you can get through like on a steady like line. It has its ups and downs, and it definitely showed that, and it was very nicely done. We also got to see like her trauma when it comes to her being mute and to her like not knowing who her family is and all of that, and that was really well done. I really loved that. So as you see, not all is bad. I also frankly really like the visuals. I really want to build the houses on The Sims 4. I do need to say though that the main purpose of this was seeing if reading a standalone fantasy book would make it easier for me, and I must say yes. 1000%. Knowing that there's no more books after this and that I don't need to commit to a long ass series makes it so much easier, so much more enjoyable. I can really go in the story and like know that my theories will be explained throughout the book, and I really appreciate that, I must say. So I definitely see myself liking standalones much better than big series, which is a plus because the next book we'll be reading for Feries is After Love, which I think, if I'm not wrong, is also a standalone fantasy novel. I think with that will be the video for today. I hope you liked it. If you did, then feel free to leave a like if you like, and subscribe and turn on the notifications. It really helps me out a lot, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!